Man, my dad just woke me up. Okay, so, man, I dreamed. Alright, so, some other things about your mom, part two, okay? Anyway, yeah, that's my tattoo. You see the wings there, and the scorpion, and family badge, and the fire. Um, anyway, yeah, some other things about your mom, part two. Um, um, uh, yeah, she was a Hell's Angels honey, okay, and um, uh, she had some problems after she got out of the United States Air Force. She was a your mom Rebecca was um, an intelligence officer for the United States Air Force before she got out and came back, and yeah, every single member of the family of the Blue family, they're all Hell's Angels, every single one of them. The first time I met her dad, your grandfather, uh, he mistook me for somebody else because he was on a Seroquel and put a gun to my head and said, "God damn you, motherfucker! I told you not to ever come over here again." And she pushed the gun. She pushed his arm down and pushed the gun out of my face, and she said, "God damn it, Daddy, that's not him. That's not him." And he was like, "Oh." And we went in there and sat down and ate lunch. Anyway, she's from Marion, North Carolina, okay? And she's a damn good woman, I'm telling you. She's a veteran. Um, I don't know what they did to her in the Air Force, but she was kind of screwed off there for a while after she got out of the Air Force. All right, she's a brilliant woman. Um, and yeah, she's a biker. Um, there were times like I'd be working construction whenever I lived in Black Mountain. I did roofing. I built concrete walls. I worked in concrete and all kinds of stuff. You can't imagine what it's like roofing on top of a mountain in the Appalachian Mountains. All right, you got to be careful. So, anyway, so yeah, uh, she's absolutely beautiful, like you. Okay, she is, and it was unfortunate how she and I lost contact. But I'll tell you what, girls. I just got done talking to my dad. I'll tell you what, girls. As soon as I get some new transportation, I'm going to drive back up to Black Mountain in Marion, North Carolina, and I'm going to try to find you. That way, you can finally meet your dad. Okay, and I may talk to some bikers up there and ask them, you know, hey, how am I supposed to go about this with these two kids, and they'll help me, because they like me, uh, and we'll figure it out. They said I'd have to contact CPS to try to find out where you girls are, and I was like, CPS doesn't even know those are my kids, I'm serious. So yeah, your mother's a brilliant woman. She's a um, intelligence officer for the United States Air Force. Everyone in the family is a Hell's Angel, and um, she like in my cabin. Whenever I lived in that cabin, off of Vance Avenue in Black Mountain, North Carolina. The Hells Angels and she and I were together all those years, or all that time. I mean, because we stayed at other places too. The Hells Angels would keep an enforcer parked at a church right outside my cabin. There's a church right next door to my cabin on Vance Avenue in Black Mountain, North Carolina. And the Hells Angels would keep an enforcer parked out there 24/7, as long as we were at the house, to make sure she and I were safe. For some reason, I don't understand why they did that, but that's just the way it was. I told her a bunch of times. I was like, "Do I need to go out there and talk to him?" She's like, "Hell no, don't go out there and talk to him. Don't." She's like, "Don't go out there and talk to him because, some of them are, especially enforcers, they're pretty moody, You don't go out there and mess with them. Don't walk up towards their bike, because that's their livelihood, Anyway, yeah, your mom's a really good woman, and a lot of people are very protective of her. Very. And when I moved back to Middle Tennessee, we lost contact, and it broke both of our hearts. She used to write me letters and everything, call me every day, begging me to come back, but I couldn't. I could not go back to North Carolina. I didn't have the money or the means. And so, with that, it was a crying shame how that relationship ended, But part of your name, by the way, I guess I better just come find you, And then, anyway, yeah, here's my tattoos. There's my wings, and I got there's Son of Fire and stuff. And, anyway, I guess I'll figure it out. I'm going to have to go back up to North Carolina and talk to some bikers and figure out how to track you two girls down, so that they know I'm yours, or that you're mine, Maybe I can find your mom. That would be awesome. I mean, jeez, man, I should have put a ring on her finger. I'm serious. Anyway, love you kids, and we'll figure it out, okay? One way or the other.